Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 16 nationally and the highest rated talk show hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33 and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yeah.
Murder on the beat, so it's not nice.
That's Baka, he's a no long talker. Quick to let the mother slam. We don't need to hear about the next man. Dudes talk down, then they get ran. Left them, get dipped from the whole ends. If Gilla call shots, no questions. G, wait till I'm resting. But we still got love for the West End. If it's a chit-chat thing, better talk nice. Murder on the beat, so it's not nice. Skull gets hot, then I'm not nice. You tryna date her and she been let me whop twice. Now you man her on a diss ting. Just know man like Chubbs, he's a fixer. If I ever gotta fix things. Just know man like Fifth, he's a sick cause. You get timed, he don't miss things. Just know man like me, I'm a sixer, and I oversee the whole thing. Yeah, I pre the whole thing. Yeah, I pre the whole thing. Preem got the earth tuck, can't see the whole thing. Wanna talk splits, now we need the whole thing.
Man gets duppy when we touch a button. Man catch suckers, then we touching something. Man gets stuck in, yeah, we stuck in something. Man gets rapping when we're sucking something. Man gets battered with a crutch or something.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. It's still Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And, you know, the mess is fresh. The timeline has a lot going on. And your favorite timeline translator, i.e. me, is here to bring you all the details, get you all caught up. So, I had to let you listen to a little bit of that verse because you know it's on theme. Andy is always on theme. That is Drake. No Long Talk. Featuring, what's the guy's name, Andy? What's his name?
Giggs. That's one of the UK rappers, I suppose. Drake is saying bars, better rappers than Americans, where hip-hop got its start. That's what Drake's proclaiming. We'll get into that and let you hear those details tonight. Also, you know, Drake is the king of petty. So underneath all of this, I have a list of current activities that Drake is doing that scream petty, petty, petty all the way. Because, you know, Andy said it best. Drake is kind of a troll at this point. Did you think we'd see the day? I don't know. But we'll get into those details. We are also going to get into, there's been some shakeups, some network shakeups at FS1. We started the year with a bombshell related to the network. And here we are 7 months later with a lot happening, a lot of changes. We'll get into those details. And, you know, people have no rest, even for their favorites. Beyonce's crew got hit up in Atlanta. We'll get into the details of that. And your guy Trey Songz, he may need to have several seats. We'll get into all of that. But before we do, you know, let's scroll a little into things that are, you know, conversation starters, keeping your timeline buzzing. But we're not going to get fully into the details. Starting up, we talked last week briefly about Megan Thee Stallion teasing Klay Thompson in the background of her photo. And then Klay was like, let me confirm. Let me put something on it. And posted a photo of he and Megan, you know, kissing and holding hands. So, you know, Klay's a shooter and shooters don't miss, right? So, shout out to the international playboy that Klay Thompson is. You know, maybe he's settling down. He hasn't gone public with too many. I mean, he was public with Laura Harrier, the actress. And otherwise, I don't know. Andy? You know what sucks about social media?
What's that?
although I feel like there was a lot of people who were, very very congratulatory to Klay Thompson. There was a lot of people also that was saying that it's his turn now.
Yeah, and they've listed out the men that Megan have dated: Moneybag Yo, DaBaby, Torrey Craig, that soccer guy for a minute. I can't remember his name. It'll come to me. And obviously Party and a couple others. But, I think of it like this. Do you go through all of your relationship hookups and then misses and breakups in the public forum? Aren't y'all deleting people's photos off of your Instagram and such?
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but some. Megan's still in her 20s. I don't know. Are you talking about those men? Because Klay's had them.
It's the men that's kind of, talking their ish. But I do know that if given the opportunity, if Megan was like, hey, what's up?
Oh, they would be with it.
You already know.
100%. So they continued on. Megan posted a video sitting on her man's lap. But you couldn't see Klay, but you could see the light skin. And she said her man got her a bunch of Labubus. If you don't know what Labubus are, they are a designer toy line based in, I believe, China. And they're all the rage. You see all the hotties clipping them to their bags. What they really look like to me are mischievous munchie cheese. I don't know if you guys remember the toy munchie cheese back in the day. They were little monkeys. They had a cartoon and they had little fur around them, looked like a little fur afro. And they were hecka cute. And these Labubus are similar. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. The resale on them is crazy. Some of them go for as much as $100,000. It's really hard to get into them. To get some of them. So if you check out your favorite fashion girly, I'm sure one of the Instagram ladies that you follow, you will definitely see when they're showcasing their purse, this little stuffed animal looking thing that sometimes has these little crazy faces and expressions jumping off, and the Labubus will be that. So Megan got a 6-pack. You already know that means that is a hard to obtain gift. That Klay is because they're in the Bahamas. Klay is already breaking bread like he should. Real hot girl-ish. And, we'll see what goes down. We'll see what happens with this couple. The season's almost starting. Dallas is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Houston. Does Megan still live in Houston? I'm unsure. But we'll see what goes down. Cute. Or whatever. I know people got fever for it, but they were going to have fever regardless, so.
This is an unexpected couple, isn't it?
It very much is. And you know what's ironic? A couple of months ago, we talked about, maybe longer, one of Klay's ex-girlfriends who's, and she is, Caucasian or something. She was talking about, there was rumors that Klay was dating, I want to say it might have been Coco Jones, but I could be wrong about that. But there were some rumors attached to Klay. And her response was, that's not usually the type of women he dates. He doesn't, the inference there was Klay don't date black women or dark-skinned women. That's kind of what it felt like. She got some flack and she said that's not what she was saying. But that is absolutely what she was implying. At any rate, now we see, Megan. But here's the thing, too. I don't know if Klay has a preference as far as dating. But what I do know is that fame, notoriety, and beauty can sometimes knock whatever you prefer out of the mix. So we'll see what happens, like I said. When we come forward, we're going to get into these trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
At At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. And I thank you, thank you.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze Fabric Spray? Oh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman. Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
Hey, Mom, I've been meaning to talk to you about some new COVID information I saw online.
Uh-huh.
I read that black folks like us with certain conditions like diabetes, heart disease, mental health conditions, or being 50 and older, like you, are at high risk.
Boy, you sound like a commercial.
I'm just saying. I know you love your ginger teas and essential oils, but remember, there are treatment options for COVID-19.
I promise if I get sick again, I'll call my doctor to ask about my options.
Visit WeTalkWeRise.com to learn more. Brought to you by Pfizer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back, and you're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So you know how this goes down. If at any point you want to join the conversation, 800-920-1580. Of course, you can hit us up on social media. I'm at Stiletto Jill, KBLA 1580. You can leave feedback there. We also have a YouTube chat, and they are always active. There's lots of conversations happening there. Chat. Shout out to them. And we have an app. Download the app. You can leave a voice note there if you're too shy to share your opinion in the chat or call in. Although we like when you call in. We like to hear from you guys. So go make sure that you're downloading that. You can also go back and listen to previous episodes and all of the things that we enjoy. Okay, so let's get into your guy, Drake, because as always, Drake is doing the fool out there. I don't know. He's just mad at America because we supported our own. Even though we supported Drake and held Drake down for like 10 summers straight or something crazy like that, you know? And it's not like all support has been removed from Drake. But, you know, those Scorpios, they got a little bit of pettiness and bitter in them.
Relax, Jill.
I'm just saying, you know, with this Scorpio, he's a triple Scorpio. So, you know, maybe that's the extra intensity. But on July 12th, right, Drake either trolling or saying what's deep in his heart.
Pandering.
He posted a reel from his UK show, and he's declaring that London has the best rappers in the world. So, of course, we can't pretend like this is not random. Kendrick's still running it up, hitting those laps on Not Like Us. It's been a minute. It's been over a year. It's been well over a year. Okay? And, fans immediately took issue with the sudden, the subtle shade aimed towards American MCs, of course. Specifically, us out here with the W, because we wearing the crown right now, holding it down. But let's check out what he had to say. Is this just, I'm in London, so let me make my London fans, because I need my international base right now to really be strong for me? Is it that? Or do we got some competition from the UK? Let's check out what Drake had to say.
Had it on me. This is my brother right here, a real legend. When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words. I don't care what nobody says, nobody can out-rap London. Nobody. No disrespect to America, no disrespect to my country, but nobody can out-rap London rappers. This is the best, highest level. This is what I aspire to be. And this guy right here was the first person to open my mind to that. Go ahead. I've never been in marquee when they
So that's what Drake had to say, right? Oh, I feel like he's just trolling, just, keeping it out there. Remember, we got his Pillsbury Dough abs a couple of weeks ago. And let's take it a bit further. It's also been recently discovered that Drake has covered up his LeBron James tattoo. Remember, he had the Irish number 23 St. Vincent St. Mary's jersey tatted on his arm, and people were like, that's kind of strange, but do you, Drake? Well, he got it covered up, and it's now replaced with the jersey of SGA, Shea Gilchrist Alexander. The 26-year-old MVP of the NBA, the NBA Finals. He of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He of the $200 million. What is it? Like, his contract is something crazy, what he's getting a year. I can't remember what he signed for. It's ridiculous. But, first of all, why are you getting LeBron's jersey tatted on you to begin with? We can't go back in time, but really, if you feel like a heartbroken teenager girl, Drake, I don't know. Andy?
4 years, $285 million.
Okay, yeah. Knew it was something crazy. Can you imagine? At any rate, not only that, right? It also gives credence to Drake jumping on whoever's hot at the time. Although his fandom activities have kind of slid back a bit since all of this was pointed out. He's still been in the mix, but not like he used to be. And this is how deep the petty goes. So Drake posted on his Instagram stories that DDG is OVO DDG. Now we know DDG raps, right? So cool. You're adding to the mix. But here's what the twist is. Here's why this is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we all know DDG and Halle Bailey have broken up. We know that Halle Bailey has moved on to a young man. She was seen on a yacht, enjoying his company, having a nice time, right? Well, if you didn't know who that gentleman was, his name is Scott Bridgeway. And Scott is a producer. Oh, Scott is a producer that is behind Luther and Squabble Up on who? Kendrick Lamar's album. So, Drake is going to find a way to insert himself into some stuff and subtly remind you that he is taking a stand. It's all stunts and shows. So, I don't know. Andy, you were about to say something. No? Okay. So, was this just promo? Chess moves? I mean, Drake is befriending all the streamers. Let's make it clear. He's like, let me go younger. Let me get tapped in right where it is. And he's not the only person that we have seen forming these friendships and full on going to these people's homes, to hang out in these situations. We have seen Kevin Hart. We know that he's really tied in and dialed in with Kai Cenat. We have seen like Lizzo, SZA show up at the streamer's house. We know Drake and Aiden Ross are like BFFs. We know he was feeding academics info at one point in time. So obviously he wants to keep his name in the mix. Nobody's paying attention to that. The UK has better lyricists than America. Stop it. No shade, no tea. I know you guys have some, nice MCs. However,
I just hope nobody's like in an uproar about those comments. Because, he was pandering. If you know anybody who's a musician, specifically hip hop, depending on the town that they're in, they're probably rocking, the jersey of, the hottest, athlete over there, said location, or, whoever the hottest musician is, if they're from that location. So that's all he was doing was pandering. Period. So if you get in the uproar talking about, oh, why did Drake say what he said? He's just pandering, y'all.
Hip hop is hip hop. Morris Phillip in the chat says, foreign players may have taken over the NBA, but not the rap game. Keep it real. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So this is interesting. People wondered what the fallout would be when a lawsuit was announced. I think it was back in January, naming FS1, Skip Bayless, an executive at FS1, and Joy Taylor, accusing them of various things. But Joy specifically was accused of using coercion to, encourage this woman to get into situations with men that were in higher positions in the company to secure her status. She said that Joy admitted to her to cheating on her husband and using what she got to get to where she needed to go, right? And various things. Joy was not suspended on air, although we did notice a slight change in apparel, right? But otherwise, it was pretty much business as usual. So if you've noticed as of late, right, Paul Pierce has been going really hard with his podcast, The Truth After Dark. Gained a lot of traction. Keyshawn Johnson has his podcast. He's tapped in and focused in right now on LA Legends, talking to all the various athletes, stars that are from LA, right? Getting into those stories, but just pushing up his profile as far as his podcast goes, right? Joy Taylor had the Too Personal podcast. She's been on a podcast tour, if you notice, appearing on The Breakfast Club. She was on The Truth After Dark and a couple of others, right? Well, looks like there's an FS1 shakeup taking place with its daytime lineup. And 3 of the network's 5 daily shows have been canceled, including Speak, The Faculty, and Breakfast Ball. So this means that... Oh, I'm sorry. I said The Faculty. The Facility. My bad. You could tell no shade, no tea. I don't watch that. Definitely not. I didn't watch Breakfast Ball either. The Faculty, The Facility, my bad. Isn't that a split up? What did that used to be? Like...
That used to be Undisputed used to air in that time slot.
Okay.
And The Facility pretty much was where Joy Taylor was Speak. They had those same individuals, Acho, James Jones, and Joy Taylor.
They just split them up, right?
They just kind of split them up a little bit.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot she was accused of getting it in with your boy, Emmanuel. Yeah. And so now those 3 shows have been canceled, right? It's been 9 years that Joy has been with FS1. Other personalities that are included in this that are going. I mentioned Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce, how they raised their profile in podcasting. Like I said, Joy has also been out doing this sort of media tour. So I don't feel like this is a surprise to them. At least I'm sure that they weren't just discovering this in the past few days, right? Michael Irvin is also out. Emmanuel's out. I wonder if he'll get back to his podcast. What was it called? Uncomfortable Truths, Uncomfortable Conversations. Yeah.
I wouldn't even call that a podcast. That was more like a series that he was having. But
right.
honestly, I just, for all of these individuals, do the podcast thing, because that's where it is. A lot of these networks, it's a lot of shifts going on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So do the podcast route.
The ones that are remaining are First Things First, that has Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wildes, and The Herd with Colin Cowherd, which has been there forever. Joy at one point in time had Jason McIntyre's spot on there. They had a lot of great chemistry. They're going with the old standards, Old Faithful. All of this new age foolery that you guys are doing, all of the podcast bros on FS1, those are all out.
I think they're getting rid of a lot of the woke personalities as well, if you think about it.
DEI is over. Listen, when we come forward, we'll have more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You just better not ask for no favor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's love for my brothers and debt to a trader. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams says he's staying in the race despite low poll numbers.
Andrew has a thing for African-American leaders, and he believes that he could just come in and bully them out. I keep telling people I'm from Brownsville. Never run, never will. I'm going to win this race.
He took a shot at Andrew Cuomo for pushing him to drop out, reminding folks Cuomo already lost big to Queens Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani. Adams says now it's time to prove himself. National Black Restaurant Week is underway, celebrating African American, African, and Caribbean cuisine. Organizers say it boosts the economy and highlights the richness of Black food culture. And a Virginia military base is once again Fort Lee. The name, changed by President Trump earlier this year, now honors Private Fitz Lee, a Black Medal of Honor recipient from Dinwiddie County, rather than Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In Griffith Park on the 134 eastbound, traffic loads up at Forest Lawn Drive. You're on the brakes ahead into Glendale, better past San Fernando Road.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
LeBron has been a little sensitive lately about his status with the Lakers. LeBron signed a one-year player option 2 weeks ago for $52.6 million to stay with the Lakers, but all kinds of rumors and rumblings have been circulating that the Lakers might be trying to trade him. LeBron's agent Rich Paul told NBA sources that at least 4 teams had contacted the Lakers to inquire if LeBron is available. LeBron was in Las Vegas over the weekend to watch his son Bronny play in the Summer League. ESPN is televising the games. A reporter from ESPN asked LeBron if he would join the broadcast to talk about his offseason. LeBron said no and told the reporter, and I quote, "I ain't got nothing to talk about." It's obvious something is not right between LeBron and the Lakers front office. After re-signing with the Lakers, Paul said LeBron will be monitoring the Lakers' moves in the offseason and that he wants to finish his career with a contending team. Stay tuned. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 16 nationally and the highest rated talk show hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33 and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yay! Catch Prep is now enrolling for summer credit recovery in fall 2025. As South Los Angeles' top-performing high school in English, math, and college access, Catch Prep is welcoming all 9th through 12th graders to enroll now. Catch Prep offers a small, supportive, and safe learning environment to help all students succeed, so that all students feel valued, respected, and motivated to reach their full potential. For the past 20 years, Catch Prep has helped more students of color gain admission to top-tier universities, with our graduating seniors earning a total of $3 million in scholarships, more than any other school in Los Angeles. We are dedicated to helping all students turn your college dreams into reality. Catch Prep is now enrolling. Visit us online at catchhighschool.com or call 323-293-3917. Spaces limited. Please enroll now for summer credit recovery and fall 2025. Call 323-293-3917 or enroll today at catchhighschool.com.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Sideways, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Way your hands, I do, I put it in the air. Way your hands, I do, I put it in the air.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580, giving you your daily dose of entertainment news, all the information, all the scandal, all the mess that is going up and down your timeline, in your group chat, or just buzzing in the air, whatever. So I wonder what happens when you do things against the queen bee, Beyoncé. Don't let the beehive find you. That much we know is true. Remember when the beehive used to take over people's Instagram comments if they even thought they said something out of line about Beyonce, and you would just have a bunch of bees all up and down the thing? Simpler times.
That's what Drake needs.
Does Kendrick have a symbol?
Kendrick doesn't have a symbol, but He got America on lock right now. We got his back. But I'm just saying Drake needs like a beehive.
Oh, yeah. Does
You get what
Drake
I'm
have
saying?
Does Drake have a fan base like that? Do we consider? Have we ever?
The OVOs? I don't know.
What do? And I'm not saying this being facetious. I'm genuinely asking. What are Drake fans called? We have the Beehive. We have the Navy. We have the Barbs. You know.
The key thing is, I don't think any male artist has a fan group per se. All of those.
Future Hive.
Those are Future fans?
Didn't Future have a hive?
No,
Or
I've heard of the
something?
Beehive, but I ain't heard no Future Hive.
I felt like Future had a fan base.
He got a fan base, but I don't think they're called anything.
Okay.
I think that's just reserved for the ladies.
All right. I don't know. It's a good question. At any rate, Beyonce's dancer and choreographer, well, some of her dancers, I should say, and her lead choreographer, they were victims of a car break-in at Croak Street Market in Atlanta. So I guess they had some items in the trunk, locked away safely out of view. And somebody broke into the car and stole unreleased music, set lists, choreography files, as well as some designer items, laptops, sunglasses, AirPods, etc. So the police managed to track the AirPods via, Find My whatever to a new location, and surveillance footage showed the suspects leaving in a 2025 Hyundai Elantra. So I wonder, right, are we going to start hearing leaks of Beyonce music or things like that aren't here? Because what can you really do with that? Nothing. Can't put it out. I don't know. But I suppose someone's going to say they should have been more careful. Why wasn't there stuff at the hotel? Maybe they were, transporting. It's just sad. We gotta do a lot of things. So I don't know. Just make it easier, make it lighter. Something. But listen, a busted trunk coming back to the car is no fun. Have you ever had that experience where you come back and your car has been broken into and that little sick feeling, you walk up on it? Not fun. So hopefully the items, maybe somebody will be a good Samaritan and return them, maybe looking to get a reward, maybe looking to get a thank you and a bouquet of flowers from Beyonce. Wouldn't that be nice?
TMZ doesn't have the stuff already?
No.
Okay.
Nope. So we'll see what happens. Really quick, going back to the story about FS1 and their changes. We know that FS1 has shuffled their lineup a few times in the past 4 or 5 years. I do wonder what the replacement is going to be for those shows, because that is a significant portion of your daytime lineup. And as, viewers are hemorrhaging, what are you going to do to keep them there? You can't show another, 3 hours of Colin. The programming already felt light. So we'll see what happens, though. I mean, Keyshawn and Paul, those are two of our LA hometown heroes. So we do want to support them. Right?
My understanding with Keyshawn's podcast is that it's still kind of like under the Fox umbrella. So I don't know if he's fully away from Fox. He might still be on board or whatnot, but obviously not doing the show. But I really don't know who they can replace. But hey, if Max Kellerman is around, man, I throw the bank at him.
There are rumors that they are talking to Max, and for Max, he's been in New York for the last decade, but he could come back home.
And you want to talk about redeeming yourself. Get that morning slot. Go head to head against First Take. I'm just saying.
I do think that would be a good move for him as well. I think that Max brings a certain energy that is the opposite of theirs, but who would you pair him with?
I was about to say, I kind of take that back, because considering Max Kellerman is very woke, and I don't know about Fox Sports wanting to host somebody like that. So I don't know, but if they need to pair him with somebody who might be conservative, Marcellus Wiley would be lovely. But
They're
I don't
not
even
bringing
know.
no.
They're not bringing him back.
No. The exit on that I don't think was too cool. And then Marcellus has his own YouTube channel where he spits out information, game, and all of those things. So, I mean, in theory, of course, you want to go back to security, but do you? Especially if you feel that you were done a little shady, which he does. So. They
should bring a female personality. I can't think of anybody right now, but maybe a female personality would be cool. We always see, the black and white dynamic, you know what I mean, older heads or whatnot. But I think there's some women out. Hell, why not have a women's sports show? You know what I mean? Jamel Hill, but she's not gonna be on no Fox Sports. But
I feel like I know that there's one that was on. I can't remember. It's still around. It's the personality mix, right? Right now, Chiney, she's somebody, but she's obviously on ESPN. But who could you? Taylor is always great, but she's locked in with Prime. She might be able. I can't see that happening. I don't know who you could add to the mix that is sort of culturally relevant. And when I'm saying culture, I'm not necessarily saying Black culture specifically. I just mean, across culture that is into what's going on in sports as well as the outside stuff. Because what I don't like at times is when they try to force someone who's really great at the sports stuff into the pop culture aspects, and it's not really their lane, and so it becomes stiff and it's painful. Like, I don't want to hear them have light banter about this. That's not it. You can move around that.
Just strictly sports? That's all you want to hear?
Not everyone. I'm just saying sometimes there's personalities that, they're out of their depth. And there can be funny or entertainment value when someone is out of their depth and they have these conversations or they're not connected. But some of them, it's painful. My opinion. No names. I'm just saying, So we'll have to see what happens. Royal Jenkins says Carrie Champion. I can't see Carrie's. I don't know if she's still with Prime. I think she is with Prime as well. And she's East Coast based now. So. And
I think she's woke too. So.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't
definitely.
know if Fox Sports is looking for that right now. But they need a shakeup. I mean,
they
I
do.
like Colin Cowherd. But like you said, I don't think he's about to move his time slot or anything like that. What about bringing back your brother Jason Whitlock?
He
fits that brand.
Am not a fan.
A lot of us aren't fans.
So, yeah. I got nothing for you. Not at all. Not a single solitary piece. When we come forward, we'll get more into these trending topics and headlines and what your boy Trey Songz was doing that has him caught up in the headlines again.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember.
No warrant, no key. My privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got right.
Hey, we all got right.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So let's get into this Trey Songz story. I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Trey Songz' name has popped up in headlines over the past couple of years related to some alleged violence, some alleged assault, but nothing has ever fully come of any of these accusations and claims, right? So recently, he was in New York in Ivy, a club, and he is accused of assaulting a photographer. Now, there is footage available of the incident. What happened was Trey was in the club, right? And the photographer, Issa Mansour, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I apologize, Issa. Says he was hired to film Trey's appearance by the club owner, okay? The owner of Ivy Nightclub. It's in Huntington, New York. But things escalated. So people were crowding, trying to get pictures of Trey. And allegedly, I guess he got annoyed. Maybe he felt unsafe. You know, sometimes fans or the public don't realize that when you come rushing at someone or there's all these phones flashing in someone's face, that it might be a little, disorienting, right? So allegedly, there was a bit of a commotion, right? And this was outside the club. Issa positioned himself, to get some branded content, to get some photos. But Trey was annoyed. Some woman came up to him and was screaming in his face, saying that he was a whole weirdo. We don't know what that was about, if they knew each other or what started that. But the photographer was repositioning himself, I guess, to get the shot that, the things he was paid to do by the owner. Trey was upset, so he shoved the photographer into a wall, right? And was like, you see that this is a delicate situation happening here. What are you doing? This is what Trey is basically saying to the photographer. Punched him in the head a couple of times and broke 2 cameras. He didn't realize, though, I guess the photographer might have had on, the meta glasses. So the footage kept rolling, even though Trey knocked his phone and camera out of his hand. And there is the owner saying, hey, that's my guy. And Trey is saying, I don't give a F. So Issa filed a police report, went to the hospital, and the diagnoses that came back are concussion, migraine, and ankle pain, right? So the police are currently investigating. Trey Songz has released a statement via his representatives. It was sent to the Shade Room, his legal representative. And it says the media is unfairly turning an unfinished story into a clickbait to sell a new headline. That's lazy and unfair. What happened at the Ivy was a result of increasingly aggressive paparazzi invading an artist's personal space, conduct that puts everyone at risk, and a trend that's impacting not just Trey, but artists everywhere. Trey disputes the characterization of events and is cooperating fully with authorities and looks forward to the facts, not speculation, speaking for themselves. So, as I mentioned, there's video footage of it. I'm a little unclear on what is happening at the beginning of the video. Can't really fully see what is happening. But do you think that Trey actually has a point, or his representatives, that really he was antagonized? And in that type of situation, it's not that Trey is a hothead and violent, just that he was, unsure. Andy, why are you making those faces? You're looking like no.
I mean, you described him as somebody who's not a hothead.
No, I said that is what they are alleging.
Oh. It's not a good look. That's all I could say, man. Trey Songz, I don't know. I don't hear anything good from him. I feel like these past couple of years.
And there's no music.
And there's no music on top of that too. So
what are you doing? Just club appearances? That kind of might have you a little testy as well, because you're not touring.
Exactly.
You're not making music.
Just a bad look all the way around.
So, I don't know. We keep hearing of these things. Is it a case of where there's smoke, there's fire? It's a lot of smoke around Trey. I don't know. Good luck to that. We'll see what develops with that. And, on a happier note, Teyana Taylor is a woman of many gifts. We know she's an actress, she's a singer, creative director. I think she writes and produces a little bit as well. Well, she's adding something else to the list. Last week she posted on Instagram, and no, it has nothing to do with her new boo, but all this love is in the air. Tiana, Megan, Coco, and Donovan engaged. Do you know? Not for Leandro. No, not for Jello Ball. Yeah, Jello Ball is going through it. I mean, listen, here's the thing, though. You leave your 2-week-old baby mama. You guys have 2 children. This is the second. To go get with this other chick. You marry her. She's pregnant. The new one. And now they're getting a divorce. And she said that Nikki called and was harassing her. And it's like, hey, you're getting with someone who has a newborn. The lady might be going through postpartum depression, and you antagonized her on social media. What are we doing here?
I gotta hold the ladies accountable too.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now, you dealing with a youngster.
You are, but right? Common sense says, 1, don't antagonize the pregnant lady if you're pregnant yourself, because look how fast it became you, right? But people are young. I don't know. What is Jello doing? He's not treating himself like he believes he's an asset, because you're just out there spreading it around. It doesn't occur to you. That $13 million you got from Def Jam, we know it's not all guaranteed. That's not a guaranteed contract, buddy. You're going to be mad at those child support payments. And then we're going to have to hear all about it and hear how you don't see your child once again. But that's a story for another day. Back to Teyana Taylor, where the love is fresh and blooming. Teyana has just enrolled in culinary school. She is now on her way to becoming a chef. She says cooking and baking have always been more than just hobbies for her. They've been a passion, her peace, her therapy since she was a small child. And she says that, she just loves cooking. She was the hood Betty Crocker back in Harlem, baking cakes for the neighbors and anyone who asked. And now she is getting a degree in culinary arts and pastry. And, I don't know what that means is next. A catering company, a food brand, a dessert line. Who knows? She said that she gets to take her passion even deeper, and she's excited to learn and grow through the process. And she said that she was introduced to the school by Alexis Stoudemire. If you don't know who that is, Alexis Stoudemire is the ex-wife of former NBA player Amari Stoudemire. She was just featured on the Netflix series Wags to Riches, which was about sports wives and girlfriends and their lives. And yeah, shout out to Tiana. She's like a full-blown Renaissance woman, like Q Shaka Khan or Whitney's version, whichever you prefer. I'm every woman. Shout out to them. Listen, thank you for locking in. You know, I'm back here tomorrow, each and every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. with all the headlines, all the facts, all the context, all the culture. I give it to you. Coming up next, you know, it is Your Conscience Calling. It's the voice of reason, Zoe Williams. You know, you've probably had an adventurous weekend, and now you need your sensibilities poured back into you. So stay tuned for that. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow.
Oh, you're a shining star. I wanna spend my nights with you.